Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the finale to the Graveyard Project pan. If you're watching this on the day it's uploaded, happy Halloween. This is a project that I came up with the original idea, I guess, and then I bounced it off of a whole bunch of other ladies and we kind of hashed out the details to the project that it has become. This was the second round, and I'm sure if there is enough interest for next year, we will do a round 3. So if you were thinking of joining and haven't yet, you definitely can next year if you would like. This project runs from April 30th until October 31st or Halloween, hence the spooky theme. Now I'm not going to run through all the details as it is the finale. I was working on 6 products. And ironically, the project that I come up with is the project I consistently do the worst in. Last year, I conceived my 3rd child and was dealing with extreme morning sickness and hardly wore any makeup. I felt like I was dying all summer. And this year there was a pandemic and I have a new baby. So it's just been a rough year for panning, as I'm sure you are aware. So unfortunately, throughout this entire project, 6 months, I only used up 1 product, and that was before my first update. So no empties for the finale, though I was trying so hard, so hard. As I have been doing with many of my updates, I will be popping up on this side the uses since last update and total uses within this project. I was inspired in doing this by Laura, so I will link her down below. Down below you will also find a playlist of everyone who has been doing this project. If you are doing this project and your video is missing, please let me know. I think that's everything I wanted to say within this intro. Sorry, I'm always so rambly, aren't I? Welcome to my channel. I don't think that's ever going to change. Let's just hop into the products, shall we? The first products I want to share with you are out of my resurrection category within this project, and those are products that were in previous projects that I was not successful in panning then, and I haven't been this time either. The first I have is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the pore minimizing one. This is at the point where I really have to squeeze the sides to get product out. Every time I use it, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get enough to fill in my pores, and I somehow managed to get enough out of the container. So this will be an empty before the end of the year. I'm not going to put this back in my collection to rot and die for any longer. This is my oldest primer in my collection. I've had it for many years, and like I said, I'm at the point where I'm really squeezing the sides. If I had done my makeup just a handful more times since the last update, this would have been an empty. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself that it's not gone for this project, but it's kind of close enough, but I'm not counting it as an empty just yet. I have made amazing progress on my L'Oreal powder. I have been using this to set my face every time I do my makeup, and I asked on Instagram a little while ago if I should have repressed this because it is really hard to get enough product on my brush now, or if I should just wait until after the finale so you guys can truly see how big the pan has gotten, and everyone said I should wait until after the finale, so that is what I did. I will be repressing this and hoping again to finish this off before the end of the year. I have so many makeup products that are so close to being done, and with 2 months left of the year I really want to power through and get some empties because I'm nowhere near my empties goal for the year either. Anyways, look how big this pan is. I'm super proud of myself. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is really thin except for at the very edge. Even right through here, all that is very thin product. And the middle of the pan is of course stained. I'm I'm really happy with the progress I made on this over the last 6 months. Like I said, I hope that this will be an empty for the year. I'm going to try my best to repress this. I finally found some alcohol around me at Walmart actually, and I've never repressed a product before. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Hopefully the formula is still okay after I do that, because I really do like this powder. Unfortunately, L'Oreal is of course not cruelty free, and it will feel good to have, you know, one more non-cruelty free makeup item out of my collection before the end of the year. The last product I had in my resurrection category is this Model Co blush in Peach Bellini. I've been working on this regularly for 2 years. I have never ever hit pan in a blush, and I feel like I've really put the work in on this one. I have it on my cheeks today, just like every other day, but I have it mixed with something else, which I'll talk about towards the end. This has to be so close. I also realized that I'm pretty sure this is a mini, which is even more embarrassing. This has 3.6 grams. How many grams does a typical full-size blush have? I'm honestly not sure. I guess I could go check my collection, but it's actually 10 p.m. My hair is wet because I had a shower before I realized, oh crap, I didn't have time to film this update today, and then I put makeup on again. All the kids are in bed. Anyways, here is my progress on the blush. It's so reflective because it's very shimmery. On this side, it is so low. I really hope you're able to tell, because even in pictures it doesn't do it justice. You see how much of the side is sticking up here versus the side is still pretty full. I think it's wearing that way because I'm right-handed, so I'm holding my brush in my right hand and the blush kind of like this and sticking, so all the bristles are towards this side of the compact, if that makes sense. But it is so low on that side. I don't understand, and it's pretty much full on this side. Like I said, I've tried so hard to hit pan on this blush consistently for over 2 years now, and still no pan. The next 3 products I have in my collecting cobwebs category. This was a category for products nearing expiration or just really neglected in your collection. First, I have my Kevyn Sculpting powder in the shade Light. I chose this because I'm really not someone to contour. This is my only specific contour powder that's in a single. I have contour palettes, but this is a very luxurious, expensive product for how small it is, and I had only used it a handful of times before putting it in this project. I have been contouring almost every single time I do my makeup. I've mentioned this every single time, and I think maybe with this lighting you're able to tell when I contour my cheekbones, because I already have really high cheekbones and a very narrow jaw. That's just my face shape. I think it makes my face shape appear really severe, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you can tell. I think maybe this side is not blended the best, so you can really see like how much of a shadow that this makes on my face. I've also been doing it on my jawline a little bit because as I'm getting older, I'm feeling like things aren't as tight here, and I did have reconstructive jaw surgery when I was younger, and I feel like maybe the skin just isn't, like, as I'm aging, it's not holding up as well since my jaw isn't in the place it was naturally. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like I'm getting some sagging right here, so I've been putting the contour powder to hope that that helps with the illusion of a jawline. Clearly I need to talk to more adults because I'm just rambling. Here is where we are at. I feel like I have been using this quite a bit. There is a tiny dip happening, but not a lot. I really didn't have high hopes on hitting pan on this as of my last update. I was told that these weren't that hard to hit pan on, but I am the world's worst panner and extremely light-handed, so of course I didn't hit pan in this. Next up, I have a ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Smoke and Whistles. Again, should have been easy to hit pan on. The Super Shock cheek products don't have the button in the middle, do they? Either way, like I said, I have no empties or pans this update. Look at the dip in there. I really do love this highlighter and I'm happy I was working on it. I think this was my first Super Shock cheek product, so it is getting really old. I've been sure to really close the lid very tight on all of my Super Shock products and they've all stayed really nice and creamy. I haven't had any of them dry out thus far. It is of course the highlight I'm wearing today. It's very beautiful on fair to light skin tones. My goal is to hit pan and I didn't. Lastly, and perhaps most embarrassing that I did not hit my goal on, is my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. My goal is to hit pan on 2 shades. 2 shades in 4 months because I rolled this in my first update. Should have been easy, right? When I tell you I've been trying so hard to hit pan on anything in here, especially burnt orange and cypress umber. So I put on Instagram, yet again, if you're not following me there, you should be, because that's where I feel like I get the most interaction with you guys. It's always down in the description box. Laura, again, also linked down below, said I should try burnt orange as a blush, and I did do that today. Because I'm so fair, it was a little stark and kind of muddy looking, so then I did apply my Model Co blush on top and just kind of blended them together, and I really do like the way that these paired. I feel like it gave me a really beautiful like fall toned blush. And Cypress Umber I have put in my eyebrows the last 3 days, really trying to hit pan. Although even before that I had a very significant dip in that shade. It's one of the shades, again my palette is older, that is very powdery and I had been going through really quickly. I've also been using it as liner and I've been doing like baby wings with Cypress Umber every day. I'm not someone that does winged eyeliner very often, so I was practicing with an eyeshadow. And I've created so many looks with this palette. And this is where we're at. Like, I feel like that dip in Cypress Umber is very deep. And same with I'm Blinding You. The dip in Burnt Orange is also really huge. I really don't know if you are able to see, but I hope you can. This palette is very old in my collection and still has no pan despite all the times I've used this. Ironically, painting eyeshadow is one of my absolute favorite things to do. I love putting eyeshadow in projects. I love doing the Pan Those Eyeshadows project, but I'm so light-handed that I really, really struggle. So I've used this however many times over the course of this project. Through that, I would have set my lid every single time with tempera. There's hardly even a dip in there. I feel like that would be the first shade to hit pan on. And so many of these others barely look used. I've used Realgar almost every single time I've used Burnt Orange, but Burnt Orange is a more powdery formula and Realgar is still really tightly pressed. It's not powdery at all. So I feel like some of the shades are expiring, but not all of them. So unfortunately, I didn't hit pan on any of the shades in my Modern Renaissance. I was tempted to keep this in for the rest of the fall and try and hit pan on it, but I just need a break and to focus on the umpteen dozen eyeshadows I actually have in projects and put this away, and maybe I'll be lucky enough to roll in Cypress Umber or Burnt Orange into Pan Those Eyeshadows. That's a roulette project, so probably not since I have over 700 eyeshadows. but that could happen, and then I would have an easy shade to pan. So that was everything for my Graveyard Project pan finale. Sorry I was so chatty and rambly in today's video. I haven't spoken to another adult in a couple of days, besides on the phone. And now I'm talking to a camera as if you guys are here in my living room talking to me because it's very late. Third time's the charm, right? Maybe round 3 will be my best project in history. Maybe I will actually have a ton of empties or pans next year. How exciting would that be? Hopefully none of these products will go into this project, because actually I think it was just this one, the blush I had in round 1 of the Graveyard Project pan, and it lives to see another day. Maybe I will put this in round 3 just for shits and giggles. Thank you guys so much for watching, and for everyone who joined this project this year. It means so much to me. I have so much fun watching everyone's updates, and I can't wait to see your finales. I've made some really great friends through this project, or have further built relationships through this project, and I'm so grateful for the panning community and all that you've done for me. That's it from me today. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it despite my lack of progress, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!